Turn retouch off. Okay. Live. Turn that off. After hours stream. After hours. Can I get this shit to position correctly? Hopefully. Hopefully. I don't know. It's random live, I guess. Fuck it. I don't want this light blinding me, though. That's the thing. Maybe we could do that. What are we going to talk about? What are we going to say? What are we going to do? So much things to say. So much things to talk about. You know, let me put on my rain music, right, so I can focus. If I'm about to try to say something profound and I'm at home, I gotta lock in. I gotta put on the rain. You know, the 24 hours rain sounds. Rain sounds 24 hours. That's when I could cook. And I get these ads I can't cook, right? Music to my ears. Y'all can't hear it, but I can, alright? It's gonna take time, y'all. It's gonna take time. Just going out, having experiences, chilling with people, loved ones. Everything comes into perspective, right? It's gonna take time. I was talking with a friend. He's like, "Yo, what are you up to?" I told him I do some YouTube, I work, and I stay in my lane. That's all I can do right now. It's going to take time. If you're working a job, going after your dreams, it's going to take time. That's all I could say. I was thinking about it, even like going to the gym and shit, going to work, working the job you don't necessarily like. You got to be crazy to do that every single day. You got to be like sick in the head to get up, do something every single day that you don't like or give a fuck about, and still get up and try to find some sort of semblance of value. That's one of the most profound sort of parts of human ingenuity. The idea that someone could grind for a part of their life and then at one point they're there. It's gonna take time. How you doing, Carter? What's up, Endrick? It's gonna take time, y'all, man. If y'all in here, like the stream, man. I'm giving out free game. Free game. Had a couple of drinks in me. I'm feeling profound. Alright? We're gonna try to cook. We might not cook, but we're gonna try. It's gonna take time, man. Your time will come. I know when my time will come, for sure. Because sometimes you don't even gotta wait. You just gotta follow a plan and then go forward with it, right? If you grind for a couple of years and you start your business, you start your side endeavors, your main endeavors, that you'll make it, and you'll make it. Especially if you've seen proven results from everybody else, right? But it's gonna come. Your time will come. Be happy for other people, cheer for other people before you get yours, man. That's the best you could do. Your time will come. Like I was saying before, it takes a crazy person to get up every single day, do shit that they don't want to do, get to it, and still think that they have a shot. Now that's profound. That is a true test of human will. We see the amazing every single day, but we have to watch a Marvel movie to be amazed. When you see regular people doing the amazing, the extraordinary every single day, that's tough. You see that old lady working in the supermarket every single day, trying to make something still at the age of 70 or 80, trying to make something, save money, maybe get that house. I see a woman very old. She gotta be maybe 70 in the gym all the time. On the Stairmaster at the gym, putting in pain, doing push-ups. There's people I know that are younger than me, ain't doing push-ups. But she's doing these push-ups, stretching, coming every single day. You tell me I can't go hard? That's crazy. We see people doing the extraordinary every single day, but we gotta watch an anime or a movie to be like, wow, that's amazing. You don't need to watch no sort of animated or fictional story to see the amazing. The amazing happens in your life. The amazing is you waking up every single day. That's the amazing. Trust and believe that, man. You're doing it. If you think you're a failure, you're doing it. Firecracker Jones, 5747. I appreciate you, man. How you doing, man? I'm good. I'm chilling. The amazing happens every single day. The hardest thing in this life, absolute hardest thing in this life to do is to get up out of your bed every single day and decide that you're going to keep on pushing forward. That's the hardest thing anybody could do. You cannot tell me otherwise. In this world, that's the absolute hardest thing to do. Because there's some people that are here one day and there's some people that are not here the next. It's sad, but it's the truth. So if you think your life is over, if you think that you're not anything, take a deep breath. Understand that you're still here and you're still present. It's all happening. It is not stopping. Time is non existent. If y'all know about Avatar, if you know, you know. Uncle Ira was talking about time. He was like, time is an illusion and so is death. Pure cinema, man. Somebody make a gif for me. Pure cinema. That's hard. That's crazy. Uncle Ira was on game. All right? Time is an illusion and so is death. That is pure cinema. All right? He's cooking. That's crazy. So if you think you're not comprised of anything, think your life is over, I want you to take a deep breath. Be grateful for the things that you have right now. You only really lose when you pass away. And you don't even know if you're really losing at that point. It's just the fact that it's unknown, you might be losing, right? You're losing something, you're losing your life. But until that point, you will always be winning. Because at that point, you have time. And with time, you can accomplish anything. Just going out, having these experiences, and it humbles you, you know? It really does. How's everybody doing? If you're coming across this live, subscribe, man. I make content about my job, but I'm also just getting into the game, the free game, a spiritual game, right? That game that they won't tell you in school. Fuck the shit you can learn. This is that spiritual, that religious game, right? What else can we pull out? The mythical pulls from my head. What else can we talk about? I think if you live life long enough, you'll eventually come to the conclusion of everything that matters to you, right? It's like everybody's talking about stuff that's happening in the US, talking about arc raiders and oh my god, I'm now starting to see the true nature of man. Everybody's out for themselves and this and that. Well, that's how it's always been, bro. It's always been like that. To me, being spiritual isn't being like 444 tattoo on my neck, getting all these chains and shit. Me put a cross on this chain. Has nothing to do with that. Being spiritual is one thing to me. It's being aware. That's all. If you don't understand what awareness is, that's your first step. That is the prerequisite to understanding spirituality, in my opinion. Because not everybody's perfect, right? But to be spiritually aligned, right? You got to understand when you do wrong, when you do good, when you're emotional. You need to understand those things. You need to be aware of those things. Being spiritual means being aware. Simple. And that's going to help you in all facets of life. I think about my job all the time. I try not to get mad. I'm trying not to be a mean, hateful, angry person. It's hard. I'll tell you that. It's very hard. So I got to have these talks with myself and be like, yo, like, this is just life. You're just going through the motions, right? It is what it is. This is the resistance part of your life in which you're just going to be grinding. You're going to be worrying about yourself, trying to do what you're trying to do, get to it. It is what it is. Mary, what's up, man? Or girl, how you doing? You ever wonder what it all means? This life? Probably nothing, right? Like, you couldn't tell me life is inherently meaningless. You couldn't tell me that's not the truth. Truth and their truth. Look at that. The universe. You couldn't tell me that life isn't inherently meaningless. There's going to be a lot of people that come with their religious things and tell me, trust God. I trust God. I love God. I believe in God. But I'm more spiritual than religious, right? You're like, oh my God, life isn't meaningless. Pack or big? Biggie for me, man. Is it true you're balding? Absolutely not. Let's see. I actually just got a cut today, man. I do believe life is inherently meaningless. Why? I treat life like a ball of Play-Doh. What are you gonna do with that ball of Play-Doh? Nothing, right? It's nothing. It's just an object. It's just a thing. But until you form it into something like a little shape or figure, will it have meaning? You have to treat life the same way. We're all starting off with a blank slate. That is the most picture perfect proof you can display to somebody as evidence that this life is meaningless. But you should ask the comments for random numbers and then prank call them. I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to get free game. I'm not into prank calling people. I appreciate that, Pika. And I also believe that this life has universal truths like these laws of the universe. I believe in three things. If you do good, good might happen to you. If you do bad, bad might happen to you. And I also believe in the third thing. The third thing that people don't understand. The third thing that people don't understand, all right? And how can I explain this? How can I explain this, right? The third thing is entropy. The idea that there's disorder within the system and some sort of total randomness. That's what I believe in. If you believe in something different, more power to you, and I would love to talk to you on that basis. But I believe if you do good, you do something good might happen. If you do something bad might happen, and that sometimes shit just happens out of happenstance, right? Out of circumstance, out of randomness. That's why sometimes bad people end up in really favorable situations, and sometimes good people end up in very unfavorable situations. Organized chaos. Yes, that's the universe. The universe is organized chaos and perfect imperfection. Ferrari or Lambo for edit. Ferrari, man. Most of the times, bad people win. What if you label it liberating? Good guys always finish last. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say something that's gonna be out of left field. I'm gonna say something. When it comes to the religious aspect of this life, right? How many years we have here on Earth? Maybe 60, 70, 80 if we're lucky, 100 if we're really lucky, right? Some people living till like 140. Some people live very long, right? How many years we have? Let's say 70 for the average healthy person. Healthy. If there really is an afterlife or some sort of transcendence beyond this life, I think it's a 100%. It's 100% okay to say that the 70 years you have here on Earth will pale to comparison to the riches and the beautiful existence that awaits you after you set out to do what you do in this life. That's pure cinema by God, by the Creator, not by me. That's pure cinema by God, all right? That's what this life and God and the universe is telling me. Okay? So they say nice guys finish last. That might be true. For a very base level experience on earth, you come here, you do what you gotta do. Maybe you reach a higher level or not. Most people won't. When we talk about all these things, we don't talk about, becoming a better person. When we talk about better in our lives, we talk about making more money, supporting our family, but we never talk about becoming better people. We never talk about helping others and having loyalty, being better people, choosing to trust in the universe, choosing to trust that things will be fine. And if they won't, if they aren't fine, then they're just meant to be. Which version of us transcends? The one that's the most aware, the most aware. Do you legit think God is the one who decides your fate? Autonomy is a very it's a very I'm gonna say this, like when Adam and Eve went to that tree and they ate that apple, we got autonomy. To a certain extent, I do believe that we had a choice over our own decisions, but it's like evil exists because we have choice. It's simple. What does finish last mean? They basically saying like nice guys end up being the ones that are the ultimate non-benefactor of their decisions and their good deeds. I.e., let's say a dude that's faithful to his wife and his wife cheats on him or whatever, and he gets a divorce and he loses all his money. Nice guys finish last. But do you compromise who you are fundamentally as a person in order to win? Because winning in this life, being the bigger guy, the stronger guy, the more fit guy, the more richer guy, that matters, right? But none of them guys are making any sort of change. None of them guys are doing anything. All right? I bet you sell crack. Nope. Being the best self I am. You believe in fate, no matter what your life is meant to be a certain way. Maybe there's an outline, and you go, you follow that outline, and maybe you veer off, you go this way, you go that way. Who knows? There's no winning, but wouldn't that make him better off if he finds out and she's gone? Yes. Y'all gotta understand. Anything that happens in this life right now is happening for a reason. Everything that's happening is meant to happen. You can't read a book, get to the end of the fucking book or the end of the movie and be like, that wasn't meant to happen. Motherfucker, it was in the book. It was in the movie. It was set in stone. It was written. So it has to be what needed to happen. As soon as events happen, they are meant to be. Only you can change what happens in the current moment. It's like if you don't put no work into your life, then and you just like pass away, you didn't do anything correct, or you didn't do anything profound, or affect any change, and that was meant to happen. You can't say it wasn't meant to happen because those are the choices that you chose. When I was a good person, I got nothing. When I was grimy, I got girls, friends, money. Sounds fucked up, but it's real. How much value do you want to be? Do you want to put into girls, and money? Do those things really matter in the grand scheme of things? Earthly tethers, earthly things. These things don't matter at the end of the day. Money matters, but you can have money and you can have a girl and still be alright. Would you ever get back with the ex, or would you move on? I'm moving on. My grandpa loves you. Who's your grandpa? I'm a random dude. I appreciate your grandpa, man, for real. What's up, bro? My name is Wyatt, and it's my birthday today. Yo, Wyatt, happy birthday, brother, man. Happy birthday. Enjoy yourself. Be present in the moment and be grateful. If you have a child, the way that child naturally cries when it's upset or asks for food when it's hungry, do you think it would be good? With blank slate, so if you don't teach it about God, it wouldn't know about God. It wouldn't understand. It would find out about God because if it's omnipresent, then it's gonna translate. It's gonna come into existence within their head at some point. But there's no escaping understanding fundamentally what a higher power or a higher being is trying to tell you in this life. I'm 26. Peep my music another time, bro. Girls and friends matter a lot. Friends matter a lot. Why do girls matter though? Women matter, yes. But why do they matter? Friends matter too. What's up, Faye? Being alone is trash. I agree. I need some water. I had a few drinks, man. Bro, see, a lot of people are coming to these lives. I'm trying to put y'all on game, right? And they'll say this and that. I listen to everybody, right? But y'all gotta understand, there's a different world outside of like showing out for people, especially people you don't like or don't like you. That mineral water, nah, it's Poland Spring, man. Taylor Swift, I look nothing like Taylor Swift, man. There's so many thoughts that goes on within my head, right? Let me see. How can I put this? For me, anytime I've experienced, when I think of God, I think of infinite creation. I think of things that are so beautiful and so profound and so like awe-inspiring that it literally gives you goosebumps, right? So when I'm listening to a good song that was amazingly produced, I experience God through that. I don't experience God through having a lot of money. I don't experience God through getting a woman. I don't experience God through, I don't know, earthly things, like buying something. But you experience God through universal truths. What are universal truths? Creativity, nature, um, amazing interactions, positive interactions, seeing the will and the soul within other people. Like nowadays, we don't even see each other as souls. We just see each other as means to an end, and that shit bothers me. Right? That's why I don't relate to a lot of people because they don't see me as a light being. They don't see me as an eternal flame that might die in this life, but will continue to live on in a different life somewhere somehow. They don't see me as that. They see me as, I got this hat, I got these earrings, I got some money in my pocket. This, y'all. This is what they see me as. This little piece of paper, couple of dollars. That's what they see me as. That's what a lot of people will see you as. That's what your job will see you as. Right? When I see myself as an extension of God. Sometimes God might act through me. Sometimes God might act through me. Sometimes God might act through someone doing a kind favor for you just because. Sometimes God acts through my life by me finding money. That's how I know I'm blessed. Sometimes I'll just be walking. The amount of times I've found money in this town just walking after having a bad day or after being all in my head about something. And all I do is I put it in my pocket and I just point. I just point up because that's the shit that matters. The universe, God, entropy, the fact that things sometimes don't go the way you want to, but everything always balances out. That's what matters to me. I don't care about the money, the bitches will come, all this other shit. It all pales into comparison to the things that actually matter within this life. And I was talking to on a different video live yesterday, and I was like, yo, money is not the root of all evil. Like, food ain't the root of all evil. Alcohol, all these things ain't the root of all evil. Because you can indulge in those things and be good. But the overindulgence in these vices, in these things that don't bring you closer to being your better self, is the root of all evil. And I'm a person that is imperfect. I'll tell y'all straight, this live could be entirely bullshit. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't take any advice from me. I'm the most imperfect person ever. But I will tell you this. Live your life the way you want it. If you want to do this, if you want to do that, no matter what, you will have to experience and go through it regardless. You going through the journey of life is the only thing that matters. You figuring it out. As long as you lay in that bed and get your ass up every single day to do something, it matters because you still have time. Life is not, you was born 19 this and you were dead 2,000, 3,000 this. Life is one big moment. It's all happening at the same time. Until you die, do you have the capabilities to lose? Simple. That's my hypothesis. Because when you don't have time is the most valuable resource. You can lose all the money in the world, but if you have infinite time, you will be able to make it back. If you made $1 a day, if you lived 1 billion days, you're going to be a billionaire eventually, right? So life really only becomes questionable and a loss when you die, because you don't know. And even that is up for debate. Give me some money, I need to pay rent. I have no money, man. If you look at animals, they don't concern themselves with bullshit. They worry about food and procreation. That's it. I'll bet they don't lie, they don't fraud. We make our own lives difficult. Yes, exactly like Ginger said, man. What's your favorite cheese? Back when I don't really eat cheese, but when I was little, my mom really made me like Monterey Jack, because that's what she would buy me. Like, I'll say this: the truth is not the truth is in what you see every single day. That's where the truth lies. Sometimes we go online for the truth. Sometimes we go, to other people for the truth. But if you really want the truth about this life, you have to live it. That's the point, right? Observe, take things in, reflect. I'm constantly reflecting. I'll be honest with a lot of people about a lot of things. If someone was to ask me any question about something for real, in real life, I'd be like, yeah. Cause it is what it is, right? Now when it comes to this platform, if y'all ask me a question that's really like, crazy, I probably won't like answer it. But confidentially, I would answer a question and be like, yeah. Cause I'm trying more to live in truth, right? And I was talking with myself. I'm like, because I'll have these talks with myself, right? I'll rift to myself, because at the end of the day, when I turn this life off and I go in that bed, I only have myself. So a lot of people be scared to talk to themselves, right? And it'll be like, well, who you gonna talk to? Your therapist? Yeah, therapists, they work. You talk to your friend, they might understand you a little bit. But you gotta understand yourself. You gotta talk to yourself first. That's the best relationship you'll have in this life, other than God, other than the being that exists above all this shit, right? And I was like, yo, I don't even know. I don't even need to know the truth. At this point in my life, I just need to know the idea or the fact that things aren't what they seem. I don't need to know if the US government is doing this. All I need to know is that humans themselves are crooked. The fact that emotion plays a large part into politics. All I need to know is that at one point Adam and Eve ate from the forbidden tree, and that made it so evil exists. The knowledge of good and evil was planted inside those two beings, and that gave us free will. And everybody's gonna be like, well, why does evil exist? Why do certain things happen to innocent people? And it's like, well, these things exist because God is the most benevolent. If you say you want all of those things to not exist, then you would have to essentially say, well, we don't have free will. If evil doesn't exist, we don't have free will. Unless we're talking about higher beings that are demons and all this other shit. Like, I guess that's a different sort of timeline you could go into, but humans themselves, I believe good and evil comes from autonomy. It's simple. That's what I believe. But like I say, I'm gonna keep on prefacing this, because I don't want to make it seem like I know this or know that. This is what I'm gathering. At one point, maybe tomorrow, my entire, you know, hypothesis could change. But from what I'm seeing, I have to learn the truth by living the life that God has given me. Pouring his heart out, and you asking about his favorite cheese, bro. Go to sleep. Yo, that's funny. Colossians to it. Beware lest anyone cheat you through philosophy and empty deceit, according to the tradition of man, according to the basic principles of the world, and not according to Christ. I don't know what that means, but I guess you're criticizing what I'm saying, which is why I keep on prefacing. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just spitballing. I'm just trying to make sense of this. I would get into that whole wine thing. But really think about the way Africans lived and the Aztecs lived before we got colonized. We got started getting lied to. That's when the devil. Did you have to go to the emergency room and take a test to find out? Whatever. You don't know what philosophy is. I do know what philosophy is. I see a lot of there's this guy called shout out to him, Philosophical Tetsu on YouTube, and I like a lot of the like shorts and the videos that he makes. Empty deceit. What does that mean? Y'all have to teach me. Like I just be like thinking to myself. I don't really go online for the answers. This computer, this internet is not gonna give me all the answers. I have to live life. That's why I come on live and I talk to you. I talk to y'all about these things. I think, therefore I am. I don't know necessarily know. I mean, I get the preface, but the verse itself. All right, so let me go back up and see what you said. But the thing is, you're talking in like this ancient like Hebrew text, Colossians 2:8. Beware lest anyone cheat you through philosophy and empty deceit. So beware of people trying to stray you away through philosophy and empty information according to the tradition of man, according to basic principles of the world, and not according to Christ. So you're saying believe in Christ and God other than man. That other than man, that's what I've been saying. Well, I guess that's what your interpretation is. It's scripture, it's in English. But the thing is, that's not English. English doesn't. Yes, lest is a word, but the syntax, the way that this sort of scripture is being has been written, I can't actually ascertain what you're saying. When the last fish is eaten, when the last tree is cut, when the last river is poisoned, man realized he can't eat money. Yeah, because money isn't real. Resources are real, yeah. Peter 1:20, knowing this first, that no prophecy of scripture is of any private interpretation. I don't know what all these things mean. I don't read the Bible like that. I'm baptized Christian, but I don't read the Bible. You have to say it in actual terms. That's a demerit on my part, but like you have to say it in actual terms. I mean, yeah. Is the reason why the US doesn't know whether gold is the actual standard or if it's silver or assets or crypto or all this other shit. They don't talk about being a Christian if you can't read. But the thing is, if you were actually listening, if you've been here long enough, you would have known. If you watch my other streams, you would have known that I told you that I don't. And this is why I don't like to get like. I'm a spiritual person. I don't really like to delve into politics or religious because I don't know that much about it. I'm telling you from what I experience. I'm a spiritual person, not a religious person, but I was born Christian. I don't go out here and say, I'm Christian this and I'm Christian that and I do this. Like, no, I was not saying that. This person said that don't talk about being a Christian if you can't read. It's not that I can't read, it's that I'm not understanding what these things are saying. Not everybody that reads the Bible understands what it's saying at all the time. You have to read the Bible multiple times. You have to read the scriptures multiple times to understand that. And that's not something that people are doing. You don't know, so read that. I'm gonna read whenever I'm ready to read. A child can understand the Bible. I don't think a child can understand the Bible because you need basic knowledge to understand the Bible. I can't understand the Bible and I have more than basic knowledge. Unless the Bible is saying trust in God or this or that, then simple English, that's what I'll understand. And we could talk about how just like how what is an audiobook gonna do? Be hostile to it and be defensive to your ignorance. I'm not ignorant. I'm like this is when people come across my channel and they don't know who I am, they'll like make all of these like assumptions about me. I'm trying to be open. I'm trying to like have this discussion. I'm trying to learn. But y'all be so in y'all feelings and y'all be like, and this is what I'm saying, even when it comes to religion, a lot of y'all be walking around with crosses and all these things. I've seen it. And y'all just be fake. Y'all don't be really about it. I will listen to an audiobook. Do I need to get crayons out for you? But you see, so I'm guessing the person that is saying this, whatever his name is, it's Little Toilet is saying whatever, like, do you need crayons? You see how I'm still trying to understand you and you're trying to like downplay me or downplay my intelligence? But we're spiritual guys. We're religious. I should say we're religious out here. And we trust in God. But we're supposed to be good people if we're like these Christians and all that shit. We're supposed to be good people. But we'll try to like downplay people on a fucking live platform that doesn't even fucking exist in real life. I get it. Red ones taste the best. Okay, cool. This is what I mean. That's the thing. Like, I don't listen to man when it comes to religious stuff. I listen to what happens in real life because I could never trust man to tell me about religion or spirituality. We have goddamn pastors that have fucking. We have pastors that have super churches. Y'all don't want to criticize shit even just a little bit. Y'all understand that man is teaching Christianity, teaching religion, teaching spirituality. You don't think it's tampered with even just a little bit? You have no idea what you're saying. I guess I don't. But the thing is, I keep on proving myself right. Because if you were watching this video, you would know that I told you I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just spitballing. I'm just trying to understand shit. I like to come on live and just have these conversations. All right, another Bible verse. But if they think they start, they will understand that this is a simple conversation. It's not preaching, or you're not just calling yourself a pastor. They're just trying to give you a hard time. 2 Timothy, preach the word, be ready in season and out of season, convince, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and teaching. Okay. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but according to their own desires, because they have itching ears, they will heap up themselves teachers. All right, so you're trying to basically say, and they will turn their ears away from the truth and be turned aside to tables. Like, I get what you're saying. I just don't get how it's applying to what I'm saying. You're basically trying to say, all right, whatever, don't. Like, you're saying, we're saying the same, basically, we're saying the same fucking thing. You're saying it in a way that's through the Bible. I'm saying it in a way that's just through logic. I don't I don't trust man to teach me about God. I'm either gonna trust the Bible, or I'm gonna trust God Himself. It's simple. I'm not saying you're like we're both basically both saying the same thing, but you're trying to be demeaning with it. But this is not a Bible study. I'm just talking about my life and my experiences. I just happen to be a spiritual person. I never claimed to be a fucking. And I understand when you have a platform, you have to be careful what you say, which is why time and time again, I will preface that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just a person spitballing, trying to understand things and trying to have these conversations. Hath God said or hath man said, and you contradict yourself by going with the word and not scripture. Please go read and stop guessing. But if I decided not to read, I don't think I would be a bad person. Where are you from? I'm from New York. I'm going to read whenever I'm ready. What's up? What's up, Star? All are bad people. I'm from Buffalo. Hey, I got a coworker that's from Buffalo, man. That's how you know they're full of shit because they're just here to be assholes. Just ignore them or block them. I'm not gonna block anybody. I'm not gonna ignore them because what they have to say is plausible. It holds some weight. But we have to be on equal grounds when it comes to understanding. You have no idea what you even believe, nor who God is. You're not supposed to have an idea what God is. You're supposed to have a basic idea, yes. What is your definition of God? What is your definition? I could tell you my definition. I could definitely tell you my definition of what God is. Monday night is my first Friday night, but I'm excited waited to have fair already broken down. Bro, I saw you. I saw your last comment, bro. That's such a W. That's such a big W. I wish that was the same case for me. Star, I'm literally just trying to talk about. It's so crazy, like, and this is the same thing within the spiritual community. All communities are full of shit, honestly. And the people that's really about it kind of just stay to themselves and just are willing to give love without getting back. Some of y'all, this is how I know sometimes people are fucking stupid because a lot of y'all, there's motherfuckers that day in, day out will be like, I love the US and this and that. And y'all see what's happening right now. That's tough. What is the US other than beers on Sunday, hockey, Super Bowl, constant drama, and useless politics? What is the US? But then you go to a different country and then it's like, okay, well, honor is the most important thing. You will die for honor. You walk into somebody's house, you have to take off your shoes. You have to bow. Russian culture, honor. Other cultures, honor, honor, honor. When you come to the US, there's so many different things. US is, this is what y'all motherfuckers don't understand, all right? I'm about to go off. The US is not a country. Y'all just don't get it. The US is a business. Y'all don't get it. The US is a business. It's not a country. This is not a country. We are all a means to an end for the corporations. We're all just providing money. I remember one time somebody was like, if you really fly all the way back up, if you look at this right here, right? This is my wallpaper. If you look at that, but you're all the way up and you're just looking down at what the US or the city is looking like, it's just a computer. It's just a fucking motherboard. So we're all these little bits and pieces of circuitry on the board providing energy to the general sort of system that is the computer. What is the computer? The corporations and all the things that take advantage of us, the small people, to make the entire system run. We're all just part of the system making it run. So this goes into a larger topic of the US and who you are as a person and all the spiritual shit. But this is how I know sometimes people don't be tapped in. This is why I can't relate to many people, because a lot of people be so indoctrinated by whatever they believe in that they can't see outside of the spectrum of all of the shit that people believe in. It's crazy. The judge, the Father who is in heaven, the creator, the supreme eternal being, the one who is and always was. Yes, but tell me what that is. What is that? Is it a person in the sky? What is it? Stop telling me it's a person in the sky. What is it? Because all the fake shit, yeah, it ran away. I love the USA too, but y'all have to understand, if man runs a country, if man runs all of these systems, man has the capability to do bad. It's simple. I'm not even saying bad is all that, like, balance exists. Balance exists. Bad and good exists. These are things you, like, these aren't like crazy conclusions that you have to sit down and live your entire life to come to. Balance exists. It's what I was saying 20 minutes ago. If you scroll back on this live, when I was talking about it, I asked him to read. I'm not saying you're wrong for telling me to read and be like conscious of what I'm saying on live. I get that I have a platform or whatever, a little platform, and I'm talking about these things. But I'm not here to go back and forth with you about what's wrong or what's right. I'm here to tell you what I'm seeing in real life. Because no matter what, if you just read a book your entire life and you're just fucking sitting in a corner, if it's one of those dystopian fucking like thrillers or books in which you're just reading some shit and you're just sitting in a box for your entire life, none of that shit is gonna fucking apply to your life. It's because we live life and have to live this life in real life that we have to Sometimes maybe read the Bible, or maybe go inwards, or maybe go outwards. It's because we live actual lives that I have this sentiment. Other countries are laughing at us right now. We look disheveled and organized. It's all business. They are. We're winning. You suck. I thought Kai Cenat cut his wigs off. You're comparing the government function to cultural conduct. It's the same. Tell that guy to tell me what page the Bible talks about the Aztecs and Americas too. Please tell me where the Bible talks about that. A corrupt government, how can they conduct themselves when it should show storm management? Yeah. Well, you should have responded to him was, if I shouldn't trust to teach man about me, then man shouldn't criticize me over God either. It's not just the U.S. It's much larger than that. Yeah, they always went to throw God in for the rage bait. The girl is going live. Y'all be tweaking. You're early in your journey, super early. Keep going. That's what I'm saying. I'm young. Like I grew up Christian, but I see how good people can be through spirituality. I see how good people can be through Christianity. I see how good people can be through being a part of the Muslim faith. I've experienced, I've talked to people of all walks of life that made me feel that God essence through that beauty and that positivity through them. And at the end of the day, I do believe that it all comes back to one thing, which is love. But I do believe that there has to be some negative to balance out the positive. That's all I'm saying. You cannot tell me that that's wrong. That's what life is telling me. It's the reason why I'm angry and why I'm triggered right now, because negativity exists. Positivity has to be the thing that anchors that and then balances it out. That's all I'm talking about, balance. If you don't believe that this life is balanced, you have a much larger problem than getting triggered at me about the Bible. It's simple. Are you saved? If you're saying if I'm baptized, I am baptized, but I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. See that outside and I see it. It's all just run down by humans, and I'm seeing everything is all dark, and the Bible actually says a lot about the things that we can relate to. Yes. Do you get along with your family? I get along with my family. I'm not close with them anymore, but family is meant to be a shelter from the storm, but sometimes it can be the storm itself. Yes, I agree. That is a quote. Whether on what condition are you saved? No matter what condition is, I'm spiritual certified spiritual life coach. Nice. Spread the gospel, man. There's so many haters on here. I thought this was a community. You're not angry. You're human. Yes, I'm human. That's what it is. At the end of the day, I'm just saying my thoughts, right? But there'd be people out there that really spread really negative sentiment. So I think I'm at least better, right? I'm doing okay. I'm not telling y'all what to believe in. I'm saying, and this was me just talking about life, me talking about my job. I made this page like I stock shelves, y'all. But I get value from my experiences on a daily basis, and I have to bring it back to y'all because y'all provide value to me. Y'all support me. So I'm just trying to tell y'all that maybe I work a mundane job and shit, right? But what life tells me is that there's balance. Before you go through the good, you must go through the bad. You must go through a dark tunnel until you come out of the other side of the tunnel in light. You must go through the darkness. Sometimes you have to go through the fire. The Bible, the Torah, all this shit, all these Bibles and these texts, they say the same fucking thing. And we hate each other. Love is the religion that we should all have a basis for, and we have it ingrained in us. It's built into us. It is programmed in us, and we are all just hating each other, especially in the U.S. There's no good but God because we all have done disgusting things, even in our heads. But the thing is, we can influence those from all sides of the world to come to Christ. I guess. My main problem with a lot of religious people is that you can't just read a book. You can't just get a cross. You can't just get a 444 tattoo on your neck and have this, aesthetic that you see on TikTok or YouTube or all this other shit. Get all these tattoos and feel like you're part of some God essence or God energy. You still got to do the work to be a good person. You still have to do the work to understand when you're being a bad person, because being spiritual, to a certain extent, even being religious, being human means that you won't be perfect. If we're going by this entire, spiritual religious aspect, pretense, then only one person, only one being could be perfect, and that's God, right? The highest, the most high. So your goal in life shouldn't be to be perfect. Understand that you will have bad days to balance out the good days, bad interactions to balance out the good interactions. Do I want to be more positively balanced than negatively balanced? Yes. But y'all be tweaking with all these like you still have to do the work every single day to be a good person and improve. Take those little micro thoughts that happen within your head, because we have thousands of thoughts in our head every single day. You have to take those thoughts and subconsciously be like, okay, you know what? I'll stay away from that. Sometimes you might fucking give in, and it is what it is, right? But sometimes you got to be like, all right. Sometimes you got to do things randomly. Maybe somebody is in need, and you're just like, all right, yo, just have this money, have this thing, have this object, just take it. Because sometimes you want to act through God. You want God to act through you. God is omnipresent. It's always happening. This life is always happening. And sometimes you're just like, all right, whatever. Sometimes you might not do that. Sometimes you might be selfish. But at least be aware that you're being selfish. That's all I'm saying. Think what you just said. If we were in heaven, we would be doing what? If heaven was real and we went to heaven, we would be doing what? So what then would that make us what? Even my concept of heaven is like, if we moved on to heaven, it's like, what are we doing? Are we just all perfect beings? You might be able to live in that perfection maybe for 1 billion years, and you're going to be like, well, I'm not learning anything. I'm not doing anything with my life. I didn't go through any sort of trial. Maybe I should go back to Earth for another experience. Maybe life isn't about being perfect, but understanding that I need to always be in a constant level of growth and reflection, so I could be better for myself and be better for the other people around me. That makes a lot more sense. I'm going to get to heaven and be like, damn, this shit is fire. Because what's the difference between heaven and earth if you're just going to overindulge in the things that you like? When you get to heaven, all the food you want, shit, I'm going to fucking, get a whole bunch of I'm going to DoorDash all this damn food. I'm going to get some pizzas. It's going to be lit. I'm going to have all the girls I want. I can watch TV and Love Island all day, every day. And then after a couple of years, you're going to be like, damn, I'm big as fuck now. I have no sort of thought process, and I don't have a meaning. I'm going to go back and have another 80 years on Earth. Maybe I need to learn something more. That's just me, though. Am I wrong for saying that? It's called fashion, not faith. Listen, motherfuckers be fashionable, not faithful. A lot of people in this lifetime want love, not loyalty. See, chat be cooking, man. Chat be cooking. If you're in a relationship, you don't want love. Love needs to come through the loyalty. Loyalty is the best form of love. If you are loyal to the Most High, you love Him the most. You have the most love for Him. But if you aren't loyal to your faith, if you aren't loyal to your values, you don't love your values. They depend on how you're feeling that day. You don't love your values. You don't love your faith if your faith depends on how you're feeling that day. That's just me, though. What Carrie Crystal saying, the Earth Angel, all that fucking Pokemon bullshit, man. You're talking on your own, just saying things that it sounds attractive, like you're making people stop and watch your live. But when you start reading that God thinks, it sounds creepy as fuck. The struggle that God gives is purity, and see if we can really be with Him if we truly have faith. Yes! That's the test. That is the test. Who is this? Tonio, you're cooking. You're cooking. Tell me more, please. That part, yup. No meaning, no purpose. I want loyalty. Heaven doesn't include the sin, and it will be a new earth. That's what I've heard too. That's what I've understood as well. I don't want love. I got love. I could give that love to myself, and the Most High will give me that love, right? Through whatever means. I want loyalty. I don't need more love. I'm still trying to learn how to love myself. But I want loyalty. Because love is it is a feeling. It's a chemical reaction. It's something that happens within your head. But loyalty has to be learned. It has to be trained. You have to really care for that thing or that person to be steadfast in preserving it. That's what loyalty is. Heaven doesn't include... Oh, I already read that. I think we're entering a new earth. Those who didn't do the work will stay on the hamster wheel. The materialistic ones will fall away too. Let God love you and cast your love to God. I mean, we could just say, scratch all this shit. Scratch all this loyalty shit. Scratch all this religious shit. Scratch all this, spiritual politics shit. What if we just all wanted to do good? What if we just all wanted to just change somebody's life positively? What if that? A lot of people want to change the world, right? Let me cook. Let me cook up. A lot of people want to change the world, but they walk past a person that's on the sidewalk with no shoes on, no money, no food. But we'll say free insert country that's going through existential crisis. Free insert group of people that's going through an existential crisis. But we'll walk past people that need help right here, right now, in front of our face. So, instead of making social media hashtags like Black Lives Matter and this and that, maybe I should start with my own community. Maybe I should start with one person. Because if we just think about word choice and semantics and how the English language works, all we need to do to change the world is very simple. You could change the world right now if you wanted to, because all you would need to change the world is to change one person's perspective of the world, right? All you need to change the world is one person's perception and reality. We're all living on the same earth. We shouldn't want to change the earth. We need to change reality itself. If I could change somebody's reality by telling them, all right, so let's say this reality in terms of being alive and being dead. If a person is really on the edge and one day they're just like, man, I can't take this anymore, I'm done. If I want to change that person's reality, which i.e. means change the world, because their world acts through their reality, all I would need to do is maybe walk past that person and say, hey, I like your shoes. Or maybe hold the door open for somebody. Or maybe, they go up to a cash register in a restaurant and they're like, damn, I don't have no money. I can't pay for this. I thought I had this. And I'd be like, or somebody insert that regular person, be like, yo, you know what? I got it. Yo, just take the food. I got this payment. That's how you change the world, bruh. Y'all be trying to change the world through these social media campaigns that has nothing to do with that shit. Start with one person. Start with one area. Start with your community. You cannot change the world if you don't know how to start with one fucking person. It's simple. I'm tired of these fucking people that pose within social media. They do all these things. They get all these tattoos. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. You still got to do the work to become a better person and make this reality a better place. I'm not a perfect person. You aren't a perfect person. But if you are actively trying to do more good than bad, then it is what it is. There was a homeless guy that was outside, and I'm like, yo, like he would be outside chilling. And anytime I see him, I'm like, yo, more times out of not, I don't want to ignore that dude. Because I remember a couple months ago, I wouldn't have more than $200 to $400 in my bank account. I didn't have money to go do this, do that. It was all just $400. And I lived like that for 3 years. Right? And I was like, damn. I really want to get a car. I really want to get a different place. And I still want all those things. But as soon as I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna work more. I started saving. I started saving so much more that I couldn't be broke because I was saving more than I was spending. So I was like, damn, if I'm blessed, if I have money, right? I might as well start giving to other people. I'm still trying to work on being a better person and showing out for the people that showed me love. But I literally remember going back and forth between school, right? And being like, damn, I live in the Bronx. I'm trying to go to upstate New York so I can go to school. But I have no place to stay. And all of a sudden I got the refund check. I got like $3,000 in my name. And I'm like, fuck. I still got this debt to this day. I still have these things I have to pay off. But it is what it is. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna stay here? And then my friend Sean, he was like, okay, cool. Like, just stay with me for a weekend. After I had a situation with my mom, stay with me for the summer. Got me a job doing security. I started doing security. Didn't save no money. Bullshitted, partying, drunk. Had a girlfriend. Had girls I messed with. Was not having no purpose within my life. Did that for 2 years. Then I lost that job. Probably because I said some stupid shit. I'll take the responsibility. Got a job at the job I have right now, overnight stocking. That's where the content comes from. Stayed at that job for 2 years. Bullshitted, didn't save. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I gotta lock in. I gotta work full time. Started working full time. Within 2 months, I saved up a couple $100. I'm like, okay, now I want to start saving more. Save. And now I never would have been able to fucking save if I didn't one day just be like, maybe I should just start saving. Because I actually have goals I'm trying to go forward. And now that I have money, it's like, okay, cool. Well, like, I know I have savings. I know I'm blessed now. And I know there's people that don't got more than $1,000 to their name. So if I see the person out there that's fucking at the bus station and he is cold and he's walking inside the gas station, the guy's like, I don't want to give you no money. Get out of here. I'll be like, you know what? Yo, like, let him get a coffee, bro. Just take the fucking $3. I find that on a daily fucking basis. I'm blessed enough to find that on a daily basis. To have money, to have stable income on a daily fucking basis. I can't give this $2, $3 fucking dollars to get some guy some fucking food for the day and he's homeless. I got a room. I got a computer. I just put a fucking graphics card in my computer that's worth $400 and a CPU that's worth $200 a goddamn. Like, some people don't have this shit. And we're like, yo, how can we change the fucking world? How am I gonna change the world? I can't deal with all this shit. I'm like Naruto and Jiraiya. How can I fucking get rid of all this hate within the world? And Naruto started with one person. He's like, if I can't save Sasuke, how am I gonna deserve being a Hokage? He started with one fucking person. And one of the best moments of my life was seeing Naruto getting just lifted up and they were like jumping him in the air and they're just doing like this, like floating him up above the air like how they do in concerts. And it's like, that's after he saved the village. And this was a fucking dude that had a demon in him. And he still saved the fucking village. Y'all don't get how profound that is? I'm about to fucking cry because it's so fucking crazy, yo. It's so crazy. And a lot of people would be anime haters too. They'd be like, yo, One Piece is trash. Naruto is trash. All this shit is trash. When we watch, I talked about this in my last live. This fucking comic book is trash. When y'all watch Superman movies, when y'all watch or like read the comics, it's like, what are we doing? Oh, he could do this, he could do that, he could shoot the beams out of our eyes and shit. Like, no, it's not about that. Superman, the Flash, there are literally representations of what is this word? Of what immutable will is supposed to be. It's what willpower to its highest extent is supposed to be. The fact that Superman could lose Lois Lane. The fact that Barry Allen could lose Iris West and still not kill anybody. That is what this life is about. To me, when I experience God, is not, oh my God, like, I'm living in this penthouse apartment. I got a couple of dollars in my name and shit. No, it's seeing the willpower within other people that inspires me to be the best version of myself. I was on a Stairmaster the other day, and I'm like, next to this dude, another black dude. So I'm like, all right, now I gotta go into this, maybe he's cool, maybe he's not. It's my own experience, right? That's a different video for a different day. and I'm walking, and he's going crazy. I'm like, damn, this dude is going crazy. I'm showing love. I'm like, damn. And at the end, he's sweating, and he gives me a fist bump, and I'm like, yo, keep on going, bro. I see you. I see you putting in pain. That's love. That is God's essence. That's God working through that experience, through that sort of, that's God working through that interaction. You know what I do? I'm like, yo, I gotta go harder. Like, he just imbued me with fucking energy for me to be the best version of myself. If he's trying to be the best version of himself, he's going hard. I'm like, damn, I need to go a little bit harder. He just imbued me with that positive energy, made positive matter within me. Now I'm gonna fucking increase the level by 2. I started going harder. I had a good walk on the fucking treadmill. I'm like, damn, bro, this shit is crazy. Like, you can experience God through little interactions like that. It don't got nothing to do with Taylor Swift or Chris Brown or all these fucking celebrities making you feel like this and you're having these heartfelt moments. That shit has value. But I do think some of the most beautiful parts of life are in the things that you can't see. Willpower, the fact that you can have a grandma or your mom that's working day in, day out. The fucking Asians in my city, the Middle Eastern people that I see in my town that are working at these gas stations day in, day out. Y'all know how I work retail. They're working 15 hours a day. Eight years straight, unbroken. 8 hours straight, unbroken. It's like how could I do that for a year? I would pass up. I would die. But it's something. There's that fire within them. That immutable will within them. Starting my words. That immutable will within them that tells them they have to keep on going. I was talking with a friend the other day that actually does that. He's like, well, I got family. I have to keep on working. I'll take a day off, but I won't take 2 days off. I won't take multiple days off. Like, damn, I walked past here for the past 6 years and I see you in the same gas station, the same spot every single fucking day. It's like, to me, when I see that, I'm like, I can take energy from that. I could do all this Reed Richards shit. I could do all this Molecule Man shit, all this DC and Marvel shit. I could take energy from him and be like, damn, you're working hard as fuck. You're doing all these things, and your will is unbroken. Your will is immutable. I'm gonna take some of that energy from you and I'm gonna put it in myself like a fucking core. I'm gonna take that energy from you and I'm gonna use that to inspire me to be a better person. That's what life is about. I give less of a fuck about all this religious shit. I believe in God. I believe in spirituality. But I live in a real life. I see what life is telling me, and I try to take those things and I put them in parts of myself to make myself better. Y'all be going too hard with this, let me do this. Like, I believe, that's what I say, like, believe in what you believe. I don't care if you are black, white, this, that. All of these things don't matter to me. If you are being the best version of yourself, if you are showing me God through your willpower, through your kindness, through your integrity, I don't have to open up a book to understand that. It might enhance the experience, but God doesn't want us to just live in the book. We still have to go out there and do good. We still have to go in here and do good. It's simple. But that's my opinion. To each their own. I would never rip anybody for any, like, especially in America, people will fucking kill you. They will like literally shame you for being who you are. There's so much hate that exists within the world, and that's the part of the fucking system. That's how they get the most out of y'all, and y'all don't realize it. It's like there's certain people, I won't say who, but there's certain people in this life right now that are getting hated for being them. It's like, you might think that group is ultra powerful or this or that, but it's like you're still hating a person. There are people that are Christians online, and I've literally seen them go into fucking comment section and call somebody fat or obese or say this or that. And I'm like, bro, you want me to trust what they say? I trust what God in the Bible says. You want me to trust what that person is saying and what that person is doing? Absolutely not. I don't trust in man. I trust in what I feel. I trust in what I see in real life. That's what I trust. When I make these videos, I aim to inspire and and not teach, but to give you a different way of thinking, because I know that the way that is being manufactured for y'all to understand on YouTube and all these platforms is going to divert you to something that is not going to make you be the best person. That's why when some people were on my live saying, oh, my life sucks, I'm like, bro, I don't care if your life sucks. I want you to be the best version of you. The Most High wants you to be. And I can't allow you to come into my platform and I will have sympathy for you, but at the end of the day, I'm going to be like, yo, bro, lock in. Lock in. Even if this is your last day on earth, lock in. Have a better sort of understanding, have a better perception of yourself, because you need to have it in order to be the best version of yourself. This will test your faith at all times. The key is to don't let it falter. Yes, there are good people and there are bad people. And I believe that there's balance. We all got to eat and take care of ourselves. Yes. I helped someone the other day. Amazing. Keep your head up. Yes. I'm struggling too, but there are always someone who's worse off than you. It is profound. Yup. People like that. I agree. I believe that a relationship will work best if a man gets a woman that respects him and a woman gets a man that loves her, because a woman needs to respect her man. Yes. You sound my brother. You mean a moderator? I do have a moderator. Shout out to Pro John. But he's not here, unfortunately. Pro John is the best. He's my moderator. If y'all like trying to become a moderator, you're gonna have to show up in lives consistently. Yeah, at this point I could mod. I think I actually subscribed to Star, and I know what she's about because I watched a couple of her lives, so I'm a mod up Star for sure. Y'all want to be a moderator? There won't be a lot of I gotta really know what you about, man. And I don't ask anything of the moderators. If they want to like mute people that are saying this and that, they could do that. They could do whatever they want as long as they're chilling and being kind. And John is kind. Star. I looked at her videos the other day. I subscribed. I like her messages. I like what she's about. But I went on a long rant. I went on a very long rant. I think that would be a great thing to probably keep on my channel, on my second channel. I am making a second channel that's going to be something. All right? Because I have a lot of thoughts. I don't know what the brand is going to be. But when we come into a more abundance, when we come into more, sort of opportunities, I want it to be about spreading love, joy. I want to do stuff with music and dance. And I want to make people's lives better at the end of the day. That's what I want. Your eyes are so pretty. I appreciate it, man. Feel me? I just got the cut today. All right? You dig? I had a person that was going back and forth with me earlier about the Bible, and I'm like, bro, like you're ripping me, right? And I'm just a regular dude. I will sort of restrict the things I say because I don't want to veer. I think God themselves, right, would be mad at me if I try to bring anybody away from the faith of the word. So I'll tell people I'm a fool, I'm an idiot, because he who thinks he knows something knows nothing. He's a fool. We're all fools. We're all taking somebody's word for it, right? But this is my interpretation. Maybe through me stocking my videos and telling y'all how this retail shit go, y'all get some sort of value. Maybe through the experiences I'm having out in real life, you'll get value when I come back and talk to y'all on this live about it. How far is your job from your room? I walk. So, let's see. It's like a 12-minute walk for me. I'm 6 feet and I'm tall. I walk fast, so I'll get there relatively quickly. I think about walking to work every single day. I'm like, damn, I'm a bum. I don't got a fucking car. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. That's an easy thing to get. I'll probably get it by the summer. I'll get it. Regular non-confident person or depressed dude would be like, fuck, bro. For me, I just say it is what it is and accept it. The best thing you can do in this life is accept it and accept that it's not your time. It's not my time yet. It's not my time. It's not. I'll accept that. I don't care. Every single day of my life, every single time I get a check and I save, it goes towards that. Every single time I make a video, it goes towards that. Every time I bring value to you guys, it goes towards that. It is what it is. You might have some shit happen to you. Grieve, maybe cry. I have a video that I didn't put out yet, but it was like, yo, my time when I cry, it'll be when I'm able to hand my dad a couple $1,000 or give him a piece of property or a house. Or maybe to get my sister that computer that she wants to have like to do for her animation shit. That's when I'll cry. Cause that'll be a moment in which I'm experiencing God because he made me strong enough to experience and go after that. But I'm not gonna cry because I gotta work or because I'm feeling a certain way a day or this or that. I'm not gonna cry for that, man. Rarely I'll shed a little tear and be like, damn, bro. I've shed more tears. The other day, I damn near cried because of the fucking ending of this show on Netflix called Homeland. I think it was the most beautiful ending to a show I've ever seen in my entire life. I've cried more to shows and movies like that one movie Straws by Taraji P. Henson. I cried to that movie because it was like it hit so close to home. But in terms of like, shit that happens in real life, I'll shed a tear maybe here and there, and I'll be like, it is what it is. Let's get back to work, all right? Because God is giving me that power. The universe is giving me that power. I'm giving me that power to be strong within the moment. Why is attention all to yourself? What up, man? How you doing? How far is your job? All right. I was gonna say I cry every day. Something gets me. A movie, an animal. Yep. Yep. Emotion isn't bad, man. Emotion isn't bad. That's why I say like, I was talking to myself the other day while I was at work. I was like, yo, like I think the live I was on, as a matter of fact, it's like, yo, like if y'all realize how powerful emotion is, it's crazy. Like emotion is power. You wanna know how I know this? Because I know it. I can feel it. I can feel my being elevated when I'm in emotion, either negatively or positively. Elevated or downgraded, I should say. And also like DC, like fucking Green Lantern rings, the Green Lantern mythos. What is Hal Jordan? What is the Green Lantern shit? Green Lantern meaning. Intergalactic police officer chosen for their ability to overcome great fear, wielding a power ring fueled by willpower. You know how profound that is? They made a comic talking about a guy that wears a ring, and the more fearful he is, the more powerful he becomes. Now, the love lantern core, they wear a ring, the more loving they are, maybe hopeful they are, the more powerful they become. So in this universe, in the comic book, literally emotion is elevating a person's power in a way in which they could create projections, items, shoot energy beams. This is one of the indicators in my life that emotion is very powerful. Like I said before, maybe this is my first time saying it. God will never come down and say, "Here, I'm God. This is me. What's up? How you doing? What we getting into later tonight?" He will never do that. But hear me out now. He will, or they will, show themselves in different ways. And I say they because if God is both the masculine and the feminine, then it has to be non-binary. A lot of people won't like that. This is just what I understand. If both the masculine and the female exist, why is the masculine being put over the female? How can you say he? How can you say she? No one has ever referred to God as the she, but both the masculine and the feminine exist in both man and woman. A lot of people don't like that. This is my hypothesis. This is what I think. So that's why I don't like to say he or she. I say they. This is only what matters. This is what spirituality means to me. This is how I interpret it, right? So all the people that are within their religious sectors, I show love and I show respect to you. This is just what I am getting from living life. If there was only dudes that was walking around here and shit, we had to mate with each other, pause, I'd be like, okay, the divine masculine, and that's it. But if both the masculine and the feminine exist, maybe my hypothesis is just incorrect. I'll take that. That's a demerit on me. But that's just what I'm getting. I don't get things from reading the Bible. I'll like be like, okay, this makes sense. But then again, I also have to live in real life. I have to sort of balance it. I have to sort of see what makes sense, right? I'm still learning at the end of the day. I don't like when my frequency is lowered or people who bring it down with my energy. Yes. Drake watched that movie Soul. It made me cry. Facts. Soul. Inside and Out made me cry. Yin and Yang taught on this. Yes. Both. This is deep. Like I said before, three things exist for me: good, bad, and the in between. The in between is the thing that balances both out. It's the thing that makes the yin and yang figure circle spin. It's the gray area. The fact that good things will exist, bad things exist, good things will happen, bad things will happen, and sometimes randomness will happen. Sometimes you can't figure out what the fuck is going to happen. Sometimes something random completely just happens. That's entropy. You cannot stop entropy. It's the thing that makes this life flow. That's what I believe in. I'm more of a spiritual person rather than a religious. I will be right back in like 10 seconds. I have to go use the bathroom real quick. But I will be back. My eyes are so fucking shot, man. This is crazy. Do you believe that's a test? It's Pisces. I stay away from negative people. I try to see the positive thing. Me too. It's so much easier that way. Yup. I'm older too, so I require peace at this age. Yup. Trust me, they are all around us. It's inevitable escape. Trust me, I believe I go through it every single day. Not every day, but a good amount of times, right? I feel like I'm about to sneeze. But to each their own. At the end of the day, what I could be saying could be complete bullshit. And I just have to take that L. And I will happily take that. But when it comes to, my workplace, my job, and the game I could give on how other people act and how you can maybe get ahead and understanding human nature and psychology, I aim to at least give insight on that. so a person could go about their decisions in their life in a different way. It's like I made that video saying, bro, just get that retail job. Like, stay with your parents. If you could live rent free, that is a great opportunity. And people were like, oh my God, you're like taking advantage of your parents. And then I seen a video today, and it was a dude literally saying, yo, like, you know, just move back in with me. He was talking to his daughter. Just move back in with me. Don't pay no rent. Just save your money for the next 2 to 3 years. And I was like, huh. So I was right. Like it's almost as if, especially black people, right? It's almost as if I'll like grind now so my daughter can have a good life. So I don't have to go through the same things that she went through. And I'll be like, huh. At 18, you got to get out. So the thing that I wanted for my dad and my mom to have a house and have a nice couple of cars and stuff is the thing that I have to like restrict for my newborn, for my offspring. I have to tell them they can't get that, but I wanted that from them. Y'all see how delusional people are? This is why you cannot listen to people. Listen to what's in your heart. Listen to what's good. Listen to the right thing to do. Ain't nobody saying to have motherfuckers. Ain't nobody saying to have your children live in your house rent free. Maybe they pay rent, but it's gonna be better than not being able to support yourself after you lose your job. Knock on wood, right? Or being left in a high and dry situation, right? Being left high and dry. So maybe you stay with your parents for a little bit, save. Maybe you give them 200, 300, 400, 500, whatever amount a month. But if it gives you a point of leverage, maybe you don't have to go through what I went through and have to start paying rent immediately and not learn how to save money or allocate money towards investments early on. Maybe you skip all of that, and then at 21 or 22 you have like $20,000 to your name, so you can buy that car and then get that actually good job that you don't have to go through retail like me. Maybe you do that. Maybe you skip all of that shit. You watch a random dude's video and he tells you to stay home just when you was about to get that apartment. You're signing it and you just watch his TikTok. You're like, fuck, he's kind of right. This was the sign that I needed. Then maybe 2 years later you have $20,000. You get into that tech job or that job you wanted with that car. And all of a sudden, maybe that changes the entire trajectory of your life. And maybe you don't have to go through a retail and then deal with the BS that you have to deal with that. Because working retail is way different than working a tech job, right? I think we could all come to the understanding that working retail is not ideal. Maybe you skip all of that. Maybe you take my advice, or maybe you don't. Maybe I'm just a fool. I know I am. Or maybe you just grind for a little bit at your parents' place, and then maybe you have a little bit of money to invest in the things you want. That's all I'm saying. And people rip me for that. My coworkers are chill, yes. We are all here unlearning what we have learned. Some want to, some don't. Yep. Many nations live with your parents as an adult isn't just normal. It's common. Ego is a fool's currency. I'm gonna screenshot that. I'm gonna screenshot that and just have the. I'm gonna screenshot that and we just have that as that's a quotable. All right. Burrito OG said, in many nations, living with their parents as an adult isn't just normal. It's common. Ego is a fool's currency. One of my biggest endeavors in this life is to manage the ego. I was literally talking to myself about this because I like to riff and just reflect while I'm at work. And I'm trying to regulate the ego, trying to figure out the balance between ego and necessity to have the ego. And what this man or this woman, Burrito OG, just said, ego is a fool's currency, couldn't be farther from the truth. Now, like I said, like I'm going to say, ego, I believe, is necessary, right? If humans never had the ego to want their food to taste better and to be healthier and to have better lives, they would have started cooking their food. That's how their brains developed, right? They needed ego for that. Because without ego, you just be fine with everything. The animals would eat you, you just be like, whatever. And y'all just go extinct. Now you don't. Not only do you not have ego, you're not existing, right? So ego is a necessity to a certain point, but the over necessity, over consumption, the over everything of ego of these things, that's where the evil. That's where the that's where it starts to get a little finicky, right? Ego equals boundaries. It's another one. That's exactly what it is. For me, ego is boundaries. Ego is boundaries. Ego is knowing that you need boundaries and that you should want to do the things that you want to do, and also knowing your worth. Right now, when you like, you can know your worth and be like, I don't want to be at this job. I don't want to be with this person because they aren't treating me well. But if you're like, I'm better than this person, I'm better than this job, I'm God, I'm this and that. That's your ego needs to be massively lowered. Ego is a person's sense of self-importance or self-importance, self-respect, and ego are different. Yes, self-respect and ego are different. That's actually a really good way to put it. Ego is a person's sense of a self-importance. Self-respect and ego are different. Because self-respect is understanding when to draw the line. Ego is when you kind of, I mean, let's look at the definition of ego, right? A person's conscious sense of self identity and self worth, derived from the Latin word I in psychology. It functions as a rational, mediating part of the mind that balances desires with reality. While it can constitute self esteem and confidence, it is often colloquially used to describe excessive pride or arrogance, an individual's self concept, or the I. A healthy ego indicates self awareness, confidence, and self worth. An inflated or big ego implies arrogance, self centeredness, or a need for superiority. Our parents also, in some cases, set the bar high, so we got to try to match the success that brings stress, yes. As well as success of the people we see on social media and society. What about when they didn't? How do you view that? I mean, that's a very good point from Star. I think ego also is gonna stem from what was I gonna say? Fuck. So when it doesn't come from parents or society, then where does it come from? It comes from the lack of something. Because if it doesn't come from the, like, let's say you're a sports player and your ego didn't come from needing to be like your parents do other business. It's like, well, if you're a sports player, then your ego is gonna come from the lack of not being the best. Which, let's say sports, I'm about to cook, right? Blue Lock is an anime and a manga that I have not finished yet, but ego, I'm about to watch that shit after this live. It's lit. But Blue Lock is a anime about ego, and oh my god, that shit is so peak, man. I could cry. I'm about to get emotional again. Yo, Blue Lock, it's just concept of ego, and I know I kind of know what happens, or I'm caught up, but I haven't finished the anime, and just how ego is portrayed, and when it was at the tournament, the world tournament, and how they like, like the animation is really starting to get really bad in the Blue Lock anime, and then at the end of the tournament, at the start of the tournament, their ego starts to almost become like these tangible beings. And I was watching this video retrospective about it, and their egos was like almost becoming tangible animals, and it was like the animation quality got like it got peak. It got so fucking amazing. It's like I want to fucking almost end this live and go watch it. It's like I forgot about that, but Blue Lock talks about ego and self-centeredness a lot. And the Asian, the Chinese, I don't know who made it, but when it comes to that part of philosophy and just storytelling in terms of the human like psyche, manga and anime does it perfectly. It does it amazingly through animation, and it's peak. My last that's why we're here. We're here to have these conversations and then be like, damn, that was a good question. How am I gonna answer that? That's why we're here. We're not here to have these really surface level sort of interaction. We're here to become better people, right? I had to learn on my own. I had my own ego death. Is a quote about ego that stuck with me. If your ego is bigger than your vision, you're not a leader. You're a liability. Yo, that's a fact. That's a lot of dictators. Mussolini, Genghis Khan, uh who else? Who else in history? If your ego is bigger than your vision, then you're not a leader. You're a liability. That's tough. What anime to start with? I couldn't recommend an anime to start with. It depends. I would be able to tell you depending on what's going on in your life, but I don't really know about that much anime. Uh, because every anime applies. Every anime has some sort of meaning, right? But not every movie or show applies. You know, Yu Yu Hakusho. I used to go to the library and sometimes see it. It's that guy that's like this. He has like the finger gun or some shit. But I've never like really gotten into it. I really want to get into Berserk. I really want to get into Hajime no Ippo. I want to get into those. I think those could change my life in terms of get a spiritual gun. Spiritual street background, Boondocks, Avatar the Last Airbender. Yo, I quoted Uncle Iroh earlier. Avatar the Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, certain scenes in the Legend of Korra should not be free information. That you need you should that should be taken off of. I mean, I agree that it's good that a lot of people know about it in terms of spirituality, but the game, if you are really paying attention to Avatar, if you are paying attention to Legend of Korra, you could get so much valuable information and life lessons from that shit. Even just seeing people like Zuko being adamant on defeating and capturing Aang to becoming an ally into losing his fire and then dancing with the dragons and he's doing this and he's doing that and the flames come out and he's people are talking about peak. That is like Avatar is it's an amazing franchise. I'll say that. Death Note was good too, and most recently Solo Leveling. Solo Leveling is what made me fit. Go to the gym. I remember my friend. Shout out to my friends, my boys. They were like, "Yo, start coming to the gym." At that time, I started going to the gym. Solo Leveling was a big thing, in popular culture, and I was like, "Damn, that's kind of fire." Like the fact that you just go crazy, and then that's when I started listening to a lot of EDM sort of headbanging, bro step, whatever music. And it took me a year to get into a place where I'm really doing some pretty like base level crazy stuff for calisthenics because if you know about the calisthenics sort of community and what is achievable within calisthenics, it's crazy. But it got me to a place in which I'm very strong and way above average what the regular person could do. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier about willpower and just having that fire within you. Like once you find that fire within you, especially with stuff like the fitness, man, there's no hill you can't climb. There's no obstacle you cannot overcome. And that's why I love Solo Leveling. Death Note. Yeah, Death Note, I don't know that much about Death Note, but I think it is pretty insane that you could write someone's name in a book and then they just done. They're just out of here, which is wild. I think that's a crazy concept. I lost 90 pounds on my journey. Losing weight is the most commendable thing that you could do in a society. I work at a supermarket, guys. I am looking at these ingredients. At one point, I was eating entire boxes of cookies and like Belvita cookies on a shift, and I was like, yo, I can't do this shit no more. So now it's like I don't even want to get Skittles. If I want something sweet, I'll get like another one of those RX bars that are already like natural, or I'll get an apple. I cannot. If I really want something sweet, I'll get like some Skittles or some shit, or I'll just like impulse buy like a little brownie or some shit. But it really like to get something sweet. If even if it's a drink, I'll get like ginger beer. Like I'll get soda here and there, but water, coffee for work, or energy drink, and then the entire time I'm just conscious about what I'm eating, what I'm like putting into my body. I eat the same thing every day: rice, beans, tuna. I still think I'm eating too much. I gained a little bit of weight, and I was like, yo, like I need to log back the fuck in, and yeah, losing weight is the most commendable thing you can do for yourself, for sure. I only shop outside of the store, not the middle. Yup. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the spirit who is from God, that we might understand the things freely given us by God. That I could definitely understand. God, like, when you were born into this life, you were born into everything that you needed. And if you, like, I'll rephrase that. You are born into this life, well, not everything that you need, but you are born into this life with the tools to create everything that you need. That's God, to me. Intention, yep. Being more intentional. I want to be more intentional in 2026. The vegetables, the meats, fruits we need are freely given by the earth. Yep. Where the evil comes in is, people spraying, polluting, to a certain extent, the economy of food becoming very scarce for certain areas and certain people. That's fucked up. But yes, everything that we have that's given on this earth is given to God by us freely. My biggest advice is just live life. Believe what you want to believe, but don't forget that when you close the book, when you close your phone, when you stop talking to people, you have to open that door, and you still got to live life. You still got to experience it for yourself. It's like I said before, if you are a religious person, or you're a spiritual person, you're just looking up all this information, but your entire life, let's say your entire life, you literally are just living inside of a box, that information is going to do nothing for you. I mean, unless you're the Buddha. That's what I'm saying, is like Prince Siddhartha, the first Buddha, literally just ate 1 grain of rice a day, probably 1 drop of water. I forgot how the story goes. And he just sat in a field next to a tree and just did this and just meditated. So like that's what I'm saying. There's all of these stories that I admire and I see value in. So I can't necessarily pinpoint what my main path would be, but I know no matter what, I'm gonna have to experience life to figure it out. But Buddhism is a crazy religion. Hinduism is a crazy these crazy belief systems, because it's like it really is inspiring, and it's really all like it's intriguing just to just listen and see what they were going through. It's crazy. And he literally like was facing up against a threat, and he literally tapped the earth and said, I'm the voucher. The earth is my voucher. This is my tether. More people need to raise their own fruits of their labor. Yup. I would definitely wouldn't be opposed to growing my own stuff. Even me just looking at the apples. Like now there's a organic section in the supermarket, and then there's a regular section that doesn't say organic. So it's like these were injected and these were, organic. It's like, why is that so? His life is very interesting, y'all. You must take some shrooms before. Nope. I used to smoke a lot, but I would get these really crazy panic attacks. I do think a panic attack or the panic attack or a couple of just really bad experiences with smoking weed did fundamentally change how my brain operates, not for the good or for worse, but for moving forward. I said Bible stands for basic instructions before leaving Earth. I've heard that too. That's why I'm trying to read more because I'm not very knowledgeable on it. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. That's a bar. That's religion is beautiful. I just don't like the large amount of people that are putting a bad name on certain religious doctrines. I told myself I don't think I'm all the way a good person. I'm trying to become a good person, right? Which is why you won't see me wearing crosses, tattoos, all this other shit. Cause I don't think I'm there yet. When I commit myself to those things, different phase of my life, right? It could be today, it could be tomorrow. I will start to more pronouncedly or more adamantly display that. But I'm still trying to work for me. I'm still trying to become a better me, better person first, right? Tonio sent a GG and a 100 before. I appreciate you, man. Say Cheese TV. Where is that from? What is that? Say Cheese TV. I've heard of that before. Where's my cursor? We're gonna get some snow tomorrow, man. I guess he was just trying to be funny. It's a whole bunch of basically hood rappers or black people, so he was just trying to be funny, I guess. We drop it to Stella Montes right now. Vlad, I know I'm good. I'm a good man, but I can be better, and that's what I'm striving for. Of course, you watching the Olympics? Olympics? No, I'm not really a sports person. Oh, this person. Netflix is in discussions with Adam Sandler to portray Admiral Kizaru in a live. That would be peak. That would be so peak. Snow, are you East Coast? Yeah, I'm in New York. We all have demons, yup. But it's balanced. Can we get a room tour? This is my computer. This is my setup, right? This is my bed. That's my little cubby. That's my room. There's another little cubby where I keep other stuff. It's a small room. But it's like I try to give y'all advice, and it's not like I'm not living the advice I'm giving. I'm living the advice I'm giving. I'm paying relatively cheap rent. My room is not big. It's not small. It's medium sized. And my expenses are low, so that's why I made that video. I was like, yo, maybe stay with your parents. Maybe you pay a little bit of rent. If I pay 500 a month for rent, my life is completely different, right? It's an extra. That's an extra like 1,000 a month you can just put right in your pocket, right? It matters. It matters how much you pay for expenses. What is MD? What is MD? Mass? No, it's not Massachusetts. MD? What is MD? You got a room beside a room? Nah, these are just little cubbies, and that's a door to my closet. Maryland, okay. Maryland. Maryland isn't far from us, right? It's like a little bit over. From what I remember, is at the end of the little tip of the United States. I don't know that much about the states. I don't remember the last time I looked at a map. Like Travis Scott, I like some of his songs. I'm not a Travis Scott listener. I like a lot of like house stuff. Jersey Club because I dance. Um and yeah, couple hours. Yeah, that makes sense. I listen to like a lot of. I'm a big Chris Brown person, especially a lot of his unreleased stuff. Um, and a lot of EDM music. You have a budget on stuff like groceries. I got you right now. As a matter of fact, you ever went to work with no sleep? Yes. Usually for events that I just couldn't miss, or stuff that friends would ask me for. Um, Budget for groceries. This was $3 at the place I work. Right. This will get you, especially if you're doing smaller portions than me, because I eat a lot. Um, let's see, $3, no more than $3 to $4 for this. This will get you probably like a couple meals, maybe 5 meals. I don't know. I can't. I don't measure. I just sort of put it and I just measure with my eye. This is like 3 to 4. Let's say call it $4. I'd get a can of tuna. Put the tuna in. The can of tuna is like $2, right? $2.50. Let's call it. So that's $6.50. Let's say you get a whole pack of tuna. Maybe you get it. You get a 6 pack for $12. That's 6 days of tuna. You eat that. You put this rice in. You could get a bigger box of rice and it'll give you more. Maybe you spend $7 on a bigger box of rice, but it gives you 20 meals. It's all right. Well, you have box. Well, you have a box for essentially like almost the entire month. Then you have tuna for 6 days. Then you maybe buy the tuna twice. That's basically the entire month, just like the box of the rice. And then I get beans. Beans, one can is $1. I think I actually might have it in here, as a matter of fact. I'll show you guys. Before we do that, I'll put some hot sauce on it. I don't cook. I stopped cooking, as a matter of fact. I just eat tuna, and I know you're not supposed to eat tuna every day, so sometimes I'll spice it up. But I put some of this seasoned salt, Spice Classics. Then what? We got the tuna. Not the tuna, the beans. This can of beans was $1. You could put half of it in and then buy this every other day. This is good protein, right? Good source of fiber. This will get you big. It'll get you lean as well. Depending on if you know how to eat and regulate what you're eating and pace yourself. But you could realistically make this last for 3 to 4 days. This was $1. Let's say you had $5. You could get 5 of these, stack your entire fucking, cabinet, get a big box of rice, and you could be eating for basically 3 weeks off of 3 weeks off of like 5 of these, one big box of rice, and a 12 pack of tuna. That's how you do it. Yes, and I mean, especially if you know where to go, maybe go to a wholesaler like Costco. You could spend $100 for real, and have food for a very long time, especially if it's just you. Like, it's crazy. Even with me, when I buy things at work, if I just bought the box, which I don't do, it's like I would be good. I'd be chilling. But yes, that's essentially what I do. When I get paid on that day, I'll buy a salad. A day like today, I had rice and beans with stewed chicken. What do you have to drink? Water, ginger beer, coffee for work. Jasmine rice is very good too. And for water, I get my water at the gym or at work. Work provides me free water. Thank you to them. And I'll get water at the gym. I'll drink a lot of water from the fountain at the gym. It has a filter. Basmati rice, jasmine rice, they're all good rice. Yep. Like my room is ghetto, but you know, we're making it work. Okay. It's not terrible, but it's an older room, which is why I'm paying such less money for rent. But knowing I could just be like, I'll just go get food. I could get food every day of the week if I wanted to, and just be like, whatever. Back then, my dad used to give me $5 a day to go get rice, peas, and chicken at a Spanish restaurant in the Bronx. Oh my lord, man, that shit was so good, and it was bigger. It was like an entire plate like this in the Bronx, and I would just go every single day after school. It'd be the best thing ever, man. Oh my god. Nowadays, you can't get that shit for no less than like $15. It's crazy. Inflation is real, guys. Y'all need to tap in. Inflation exists. Inflation definitely exists. Price of everything in the setup. Oh boy, the setup, man. The setup is why I wasn't able to really save as much I wanted to for the past 2 months. All right, this monitor 240. Well, that's. Let's do this. This monitor 240 hertz. This was like, I think maybe 150. This monitor I bought it a couple years back. It was my main 144 hertz monitor. This was, I'd say the same price for one, so 150. And all of these things, this is new, and the stuff I'm gonna talk about is new. So basically 300 for the monitor. My friend, my brother Alex got me this for my birthday. This was like $50. The mouse, my friend Mish, my brother got me this for my birthday. This was around $50. The mat, $20. So what is that? 300, 400, 420. This I bought by myself. I bought it years ago. I need a new one. It's like $20. The table, my ex helped me get it. Shout out to her. This was like what? Like $50, $60. So how much is that? That's four for 20, for 40, 500. And then the mic, the fine mic. This is a very good mic for anybody that's on a budget. This was like $40. So that's what it's 640. And then the monitor arm, my friend gave that to me. That was free. These headphones, $30. So that's what, 670. PC, I built this PC years ago with a refund check, so I'm just gonna factor in how much it would be all worth now. Case, $40. Let's just call that 730. I know the numbers are everywhere. Damn, I'm still out. Okay. I was about to make a whole ass post saying, yo, yeah, my phone died, literally. Exactly that star. He just said he had an X, yeah. Yeah, I actually just queued it up right here. I love Arc Raiders. Yeah, my phone died. Man, lives are crazy. Are these people like randomly coming in, or are they sub? I stopped going live because of it. For it was so draining. How do I message you? I guess it's like they jump live, just being negative. Can you PM on YouTube? Unfortunately, I don't think you could direct message on YouTube. Not right now, at least. Could email if you like. I always respond. Yeah, my phone died. I literally was talking about my setup. So we was at 770. I was talking about the motherboard. Now the RAM sticks like $80 back then. So what is that? 850. Graphics card was like $400. I just call it and then the CPU was 200. I just call it a $1,300 build for me right now. For right now, I'd say it's just $1,300 for the PC. PC. All of my assets in terms of other than money, in terms of just the pure things that I own, are because I see everything as an asset. When I buy a new graphics card, I'm like, okay, if I had nothing, I knew I could at least strip that shit out of my computer and get $400 for it, $300 for it. Same thing with the entire setup. The entire setup is around $1,300. So if I really needed to sell it, I see it as an asset, and I could just be like, uh, yeah. Sorry, Draco, am I being disrespectful? No, I don't think you're being disrespectful. Where did you get that from? No consoles? No, but I do plan. This is what I'm saying. Like, I'm staying in my lane right now because there are a lot of things that are coming up that I plan on doing. I'm planning on making a channel that'll be purely like fun. Yeah, it'll be like I'll be having fun, but I do plan on making a channel to be monetized off of GTA 6 content because that'll be a very good game to make content on and be profitable from. But for me, getting a console just doesn't make any sense because I have a PC, you know. So, but I do want to make a GTA channel to sort of do stuff on. Get a PS5. That's what I have. Yeah, I'm trying to get a PS5. I need to get a PS5 basically by the time, at least like 2 months before GTA 6 comes out for sure. I got it, bro. But your hairline messed up. Is it? You think so? This person, this is the first time I'm saying something, man. Even when it comes to money, like I'm trying to put people on the game. There's a lot of money to be made, like on YouTube, on TikTok. I just got accepted for shoppable videos on YouTube. Like it's crazy. I could put up a link right now for a goddamn product, and every time y'all buy something, even if y'all just click the link and buy something else, I could still get commissions from that. Yeah, I ideally want a console as well, but it really would be just for GTA. And also having a content is very good. A console is very good too because there's some games that run better on a PS5 than they do on a PC. Better optimized. And I just missed the feel of a console. GTA is coming out on PC. Yeah, but it won't come out as early. It's gonna come out like a couple months after the console release. I do plan on taking that day off as well, and going physically in person to the it's gonna be the biggest, like even like just GTA 6 as a game, like it's like the next sort of metaverse. So if everybody was made in if anybody was worrying about this metaverse crypto shit, I think GTA 6 is where it would happen if there was a good chance right now in the current timeline. GTA 6 is where all that shit would happen. Like people were paying for servers on GTA 6. People have businesses off of GTA RP. Like y'all have to understand, y'all have to realize like there are businesses off of video games, and like even in Arc Raiders, like you could probably reach out to somebody, they'll cash app you 10 $20 or $100, and you could give them a Bobcat blueprint. Like it's crazy. But guys, I am getting sort of tired, and I do want to wake up early tomorrow or at least on time tomorrow to get some errands done. I most likely will go live again tomorrow too. I want to figure out how to do a vertical stream on my computer so I can see what I'm doing on my computer and maybe play something. Uh, if you got banned by Star or like timed out, then you probably was just saying stuff that wasn't ideal for the chat. And that's usually what a mod would do. That's what Pro John would do. That's what Star is doing. So just be respectful. We could joke around, but once we start to get a little disrespectful, overly political and overly like pushing what we believe in this and that. Yeah, I remember your oil, but you know, if I'm gauging Star by like who she is as a person, I'm guessing that like I trust that she's making, you know, correct decisions. And I remember you oil. It's just, you know, like if you're saying it's up to the discretion of the mods, right? You know, if you're saying or being a certain way, they might time you out. It's no offense to you. I didn't do that, but you know, it's like you mentioned my hairline. I mean, I guess, you know, that's like we could crack jokes in there. I don't think that might have been a bannable or a timeoutable offense, but maybe why did I shout out my old girlfriend? Well, you was talking. Somebody asked me about my setup, and I said that she helped me get it. You know, the table for it at least. And then someone said something about my hairline. I was like, all right, whatever. I didn't really. But that's the job of a mod, right? It's all good, you know. Sometimes you just gotta watch what you say. I do remember. Yeah, and I enjoy. Yeah, I mean, we're all here to have a good time. We're all here chilling, right? Yeah, I'm gonna get some sleep. It's so crazy because I would literally be awake at this time, probably live at my job or some shit. But and well, listen, I'll try to go live tomorrow if I got some energy. Maybe I'll set up a live on my computer and I could play some games, watch some videos, listen to some music, some stuff like that. Oh, yeah, 10 p.m. to 6:30. Okay, you're doing the night shift too, man. Stay alive, man. Stay alive. Get that money, man. Keep being blessed, man. Having a job is rare nowadays. As crazy as that sounds. Oh yeah, but I will get some sleep. I'll wait for everybody to say their last thoughts. Thank you for everybody that was in this live. Ali, thank you. Um, let's see. Physics, thank you. Of course, Star, thank you. The exercise channel. Exercise channel. I will like, and I got a Discord coming soon. I gotta talk to John. I might actually try to set all of that up tomorrow. But I'm gonna have a Discord coming soon, and I'll start to upload a lot of the things that I'm sort of finding and just things that are going through my head on there, and fitness stuff will start appearing on the channel. I'm gonna try to give game on the fitness stuff. I have a good knowledge on some fitness stuff. Have a good night. Oil, Star, Physics. Y'all have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And let's get it. Y'all stay blessed. Be safe and remember to practice gratefulness. Y'all have a great night or morning. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.